First of all, Rosie, congratulations are in order for The Flight Attendant. We're so excited about season 2.
Me too. Thank you. Yeah, I love this job. So I was really happy that it got renewed for a second season.
What are they saying about Megan? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm not allowed to tell.
But you know?
I read up. Yeah, I know. I read up to episode 6 already. So it's pretty good.
Wow. Well,
So,
and
yeah.
like, how did you initially feel about Megan when you read the first season of Flight Attendant? Because she's still like such an enigma. Like, I hope there is more, maybe hopefully even like an entire episode dedicated to Megan where we kind of learn maybe what's even going on. Like, is she good? Is she bad? Is she a spy? Like, you know, what how do you interpret Megan?
I think you pinpointed it perfectly, that she is an enigma, even onto herself. When I first was offered the role, there was only one sentence, just like head purser, flight attendant with a big secret. I went, okay, it's a lot to work with there. And and all I was allowed to read initially was the first episode. And the question that I kept asking, I said, why is this 50-year-old woman friends with this train wreck, hot mess of a 30-something-year-old woman? I don't understand. And they said, oh, well, because Cassie's fascinating. I said, okay, so you're a man and you're under 40. I'll propose the question again. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And excuse me. And I said, I need to rationalize this friendship, if you will. And the only way that I could do that was that Megan is having a midlife crisis. She's entering menopause and she's losing her mind because her hormones are out of whack. So therefore, she is now inspired by this hot mess train wreck of a young person and wish that she could be her because she never got to be who she really wanted to be. She just kept going for the money and going for the upper middle class aesthetic, hoping that she could be filthy rich one day. And they went, sounds good to me. So I was like, okay, let's roll with it. And that's how she was developed, in accordance with the already set storyline. And so for me, it was like Megan doesn't know who she is right now in her life.
It's so interesting because that relationship and Megan's motivation and the place where she is in her life and the way she feels about Cassie, to me, is so integral to that story. It's interesting to hear you say, this is something that I had to, come up with to figure out why my character was doing what she was doing.
Yeah, because otherwise it just didn't make sense. Otherwise it was just being fantastical for the sake of that. And that didn't interest me at all. And the executive producers are so smart and just so wonderful that they were like, all right, let's work with these. And even in the first scene, the first episode where all the flight attendants are together in the galley, the director, Susanna Fogel, said, Rose, your back is to the camera. I said, I know. She goes, no, we can't see you. I said, I know. Once I speak to Cassie, I will turn around. And she said, why are you doing this? I said, because I want Megan to appear invisible. She's the oldest person on that flight crew, and everyone's yapping and talking away, and she's waiting nervously when she could jump in. And I remember Suzanne Fogel went, wow, okay, let's try it. And, so it was really cool. And then she was like, I think you need to move her a little bit this way. And I was like, I like your direction. You're right. And so it was very collaborative, on that set. And it was very, very easy, which normally it's not that way in television, even the new kind of streaming television, you usually still have to kind of, make your point very strongly. And this was not that case on this set. It was really great. And I have to give the credit to Kaley Cuoco because she set that tone as well.
Well, I was going to say, when we had Kaley on when the show was airing, and you could tell also that she was just so proud of the show and, what everyone was kind of bringing to the table. And I keep thinking back to when she just goes insane on your character, when she just flips, and how upsetting is, because even hearing you talk about Megan, I would think Megan would maybe thrive off the idea that there was a dead body in a hotel room, because she's in such like a, an upheaval of a place. and I'm hoping, at least in the second season, we get a lot of Kaley Cuoco and Rosie Perez together on screen. You guys have clearly great chemistry. Did you guys feel that right away?
Yeah, right away. Right away. It was very, very easy. And I could tell that we both were very, very nervous. But when we met initially, when she was asking me to do the role, we clicked. And the thing that we both have a clear understanding is that this is our career, this is our job, and we're only doing it because we like to do it and we want to do it and we love it. Otherwise, there's no reason to do this, because this business is too hard and too crazy. And we both have an extremely high work ethic. And, so that said, when we both came on set, you could see both of us bubbling with this anxiety and this fear, like, am I going to get it right? And I looked at her and she looked at me, and I remember I just nodded like that. And she smiled. And then Susanna Fogel said, action, and bang, we hit it on the first take. And I remember I just looked at her, I went, ooh, and she went, oh. So we just kind of knew. And the next day when she saw the dailies, she said, I didn't think the friendship was going to be like this. And I said, oh, she goes, right? I go, no, I knew this is exactly how I wanted it to go. And she goes, oh, I love that. And then we just were off to the races after that. And we didn't have to do any type of rehearsing between the two of us. And the other actors were like, this is weird, because we would just say, hi, good morning. Good morning. I don't like to talk in the morning. And she too. So that was all that was said. And then when we got on set and she's like, hey, I go, hey, and then action, bang, hit it, nail it. And then we had fun.